Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad you all could be with us. Also, those joining us are our online affiliates around the world, thanks to iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts. Glad you all could be with us as well. We're excited to welcome model and actor Jason Russell to our program today. Jason's someone who's been able to follow his goals and dreams and be able to see the hard work paying off for him. His most recent project is one that I had a chance to be able to watch thanks to Amazon Prime. It's called We the Jury. We'll talk to Jason not only about that project, but of course what he's looking forward to in 2021 and how to stay connected with him. Jason, welcome to the program, man.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, glad to do it. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about We the Jury here in a bit. But I want to first talk about this experience for you, Jason. What has it been like for you to be able to have decided what you wanted to do when it comes to modeling and acting, and then to be able to see the hard work paying off for you?
With any journey, it's never easy. It's one of those things you kind of have to, stick to your guns to, because, of course, you have the people, especially, later on in life that are telling you that it's something that's unattainable. And you have the people who not so much doubt you, but they just, they see things from a perspective where it's like, well, this is what you should be doing with your life. So you have to kind of battle all of that mentally and decide, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do. And for me, it was just a matter of not so much attaining, any type of fame or getting out there, but just doing something that I genuinely love doing. So that was my motivation behind actually pursuing that career choice.
Yeah. You posted something on Instagram, and for those who are not following Jason there, you guys can find him at a brand of Russell 42. We'll remind you that at the end of our segment. But on May 14, 2018, 2.5 years ago, Jason, I noticed this when I was prepping for this segment, you had posted a picture of you while you actually were filming, and the caption said this: "It's a long road, but a fun one. Enjoy and trust the process. Even when the struggle is at its realest, there's something good around the corner." I mean, again, that was 2.5 years ago. What is it like for you to reflect on those words now about it being a long road, but one where you really have to trust the process?
Honestly, that's just my mantra in life. We all go through tough times. Obviously 2020 was the toughest for, all of us. And we found ways to persevere through it. But I just feel like the more you endure, eventually there has to be a good outcome. Even if it's just for a moment, you still have to, push through to get to that moment. And nothing in life comes easy. That's something that we learned growing up. One thing my mother always tells me is, you get cut short trying to take shortcuts. So, I'd rather take that long road, even though it might be a bit difficult, it's a little scary because you don't know how things are going to turn out. And even now, it's still a thing of well, what next? But you also have to really remember to enjoy every bit of it, whether it's something that, you don't necessarily understand in the moment. You have to understand that at some point in time, you're going to look back at it and you're going to appreciate it. And you'll find a little bit of joy in it, even in the most difficult of times.
Right.
So me posting that was at a time where it was just where are the acting jobs? What's going on? And it's all of a sudden, this opportunity comes along, and the biggest thing, just to touch on that, was that was probably the first project where I actually read a script and I caught that feeling where it's no, I want to play this character. Because initially, the director had a specific person in mind for the role, and the gentleman was a bit older than me. So when I first reached out, it was hey, I really like this character. He's like, you're too young to play him. I'm like, I'm not too young. I could do this. So initially, I didn't even get that part, but he enjoyed my audition so much that he offered me a role in the movie. And at the time, I had been working on another project, so I couldn't take it. And as luck would have it, I don't know exactly what transpired with the other actor, but he had to drop the project, and they reached out for me to play that role of Darnell Williams. So that post, there was a lot behind that post. It was like, like the idea that you want something bad enough that you're willing to, wait it out, even if you might not get it, but to come right back around to you. It was a big deal. It was a big deal.
Right. And you said something I think is so important, Jason, for our audience out there, because, I think so many people, especially in the world we live in today, they're looking for the quick fix. And unfortunately, things don't happen that way. And normally, when things don't happen quickly, so many people give up. Do you think that advice that your mother gave you about the shortcut, I like that, do you think that kind of kept you from giving up even when you couldn't see your way through?
Yeah, and shout out to my mom, because she's always on my back. But I've been fortunate to have a great support system, ranging from my stepmother to my father to my brothers, my best friends, people in my life, the women that have been in my life. Like, I've been very lucky to have like a very strong support system. So I've seen what it is to somebody that have to push through the toughest of times and still come out on top. So it always leaves you with that thought that like, it might be rough now, but it's not always going to be rough. And back to what my mom was saying in regards to you take shortcuts, you get cut short. It's like, as a kid, you go through life, you learn it, and you see the outcome of looking for immediate satisfaction, as opposed to like actually working hard towards getting that satisfaction. It's a whole different feeling, So, and I've always been the type of person that, huh?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I've always been the type of person where, like, if I really want to accomplish something, I'm not gonna allow anybody to tell me I can't do it. Because if you allow doubt to settle in, then you're automatically kind of setting yourself up for failure. And it should never be a thing of you can't. It should be well, how am I going to do this? And that's just how I've learned to attack everything in life.
Well, I think that definitely comes through, especially when it comes to the difficulty that can be in some of these roles, like what we're going to discuss in We the Jury. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome to our program today Jason Russell. We're talking to Jason not only about what it's been like for him to do what he loves as a model and actor, but also, of course, to be able to share that experience with all of us. We the Jury is your newest project that you're starring in. Jason, first of all, how does that feel? To be able to have a project out as we're beginning 2021, but also one where you have a starring role.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the last part of the question?
Yeah, I was just saying, how does it feel to have this film out, especially one where you have a starring role in it?
I still can't believe it. It's crazy because I didn't even know it was. I didn't even know that it was available, and it just happened to be a night. I was looking at the project because it's been to a couple of festivals and it's been doing good on the festival market, and I saw available on Amazon Prime, and it was actually my best friend that told me, like, dude, it says you're starring in it. And I'm like, what? So it was. It's till this day, like, I still can't believe it. Like, I turn the TV on and I'm like, oh my God, like, this is surreal. Like, this is a weird feeling. But it's a great feeling. It's a feeling of accomplishment. That's the biggest thing I could say, because when you start, like, to anybody who wants to be an actor out there, it's not all glitz and glamour. You're gonna have some pretty rough jobs in the beginning. There are a lot of things that you're gonna look at and say, like, what is the point in this? The biggest thing I could tell you is, pursue your dream. Don't let anybody tell you that what you're doing to get there is wrong or tell you what you need to do. It doesn't hurt to make sure that you have a backup plan. And not to say you put all your faith in that, but just, realistically, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and you're going to have to hustle. So to see all that hustling and thinking back to projects that I really really wasn't too big on to get to this point. It's very gratifying, to say the least.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, it is one of those things that I think people will look at, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, Jason, and and kind of think, wow, it's one of those kind of projects. Do you find yourself, even at this point, I mean, I read that quote from you from 2.5 years ago, but do you still I know you said with this you couldn't believe it when you found out that it was on Amazon Prime. Do you find yourself still having those wow moments as you're kind of sharing these projects now with the rest of us like you did on social media?
At this point, I'm a big believer in, staying grounded. So as exciting as it is, I'm also, looking towards working on new projects, meeting new people, having new experiences, ultimately just enjoying life. I feel like 2020 was a wake-up call. It's like, yes, you can enjoy what you're doing, but you also need to make sure that when it's all said and done, you're taking the time out to enjoy your life, those around you, those you're blessed to be around. So I'm taking everything one day at a time. Like I'm enjoying the moment right now, but I'm also looking forward to, having some great moments in 2021, some great projects. And for the moment, like I'm definitely enjoying some of the reviews I've seen on Amazon, because like even filming the project, like I said, the role of Darnell was very attractive to me. It was one of those things where I read it and I was like, I love this character. So hopefully the world or whoever watches it can see what was so appealing about this character too. And to touch on what you said, like it's definitely one of those stories with, in today's world with everything that's going on, it is very relevant. Even going as far as to like the race aspect of the film. It's a lot of little I'm trying to think of the word right now. There are a lot of hidden truths in that film that we face day to day as a people, from the themes of racism to the themes of sexuality, and just understanding that this is something that could very well happen. Obviously, like maybe within a year span, like you've seen the world open up, but you've also seen us kind of resort back to old ways.
Right. So true, man. It definitely is a conversation piece, and I think people will get that. Again, the jury is available now for you guys to watch on Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you'll see the options there to be able to rent or buy it for yourself. So social media is how you and I connected, Jason. How has that kind of helped you to reach the world and to stay connected with the world?
I feel like the social media platform is definitely a way to stay connected. Like a lot of people now kind of scout social media. You have people doing skits all the time. There are constantly people looking for people to collaborate with, and case in point, like you said, like that's how we got connected. Mm-hmm. So I feel like now, because I mean, if you notice, like I've posted projects on my social media, but I'm like I said, like I try to remain humble, so I'm not like in your face, like I'm working on this. But like when I have my proud moments, I definitely post it. But anybody looking to collaborate, or if you have a project that you feel like I'll be suitable for, like that's a great way to get a handle on me. Instagram, my Instagram name is AbrandaRussell42. So hopefully it brings more exciting stories to be told my way.
Right. Well, there you go. So make sure you guys are staying connected with him. Again, at BrandaRussell42 is how you can reach Jason on Instagram. For those joining us on the iHeartRadio and Amazon Music podcast, we'll be posting that link for you guys and make it easy for you guys to be able to find him. Jason, man, congratulations to you, man, on a great start to 2021. As you said, we know there's going to be more great things to come, and looking forward to having you back on the program again.
Thank you, man. Looking forward to being back on the program again.
All right, man. We'll make it happen. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. And let's go make it amazing. Take care.